Okay, folks, if you still haven't had a chance to buy yourself a bottle of BLNDRGRPHY's Vanilla Mudslide, it is back in stock and selling again. And I have a feeling it will sell out again and you'll have to wait for another bottle. So Vanilla Mudslide has been a favorite fragrance of mine. It launched at the end of 2024. I actually discovered it in September when they debuted at a fragrance show in Florence and instantly fell in love with the way it smelled. But I didn't really start wearing it until the end of 2024 and on to 2025, and the fragrance keeps selling out. So I keep making these videos to let you guys know if you're still hunting yourself a 100 ml bottle, or perhaps there's a 50 ml bottle available as well, you should definitely get it. So the 100 ml bottles of BLNDRGRPHY fragrances come with a cocktail shaker, and the cocktail shaker and the presentation is pretty big. So it's also really nicely priced. It's not super expensive like a lot of other niche fragrances. Plus Vanilla Mudslide, again, it's a super delicious, very spicy, somewhat boozy, but also nutty and buttery take on vanilla. I wouldn't call it a super duper gourmand. It's more, I think, in line with something like Tobacco Vanille, where it's got a lot of spices. And even though they don't mention the tobacco with Vanilla Mudslide, I do get a little bit of tobacco-ish touches, and that's kind of what I like about it. I like that contrast. But it's very long lasting, garners compliments, and smells super awesome for a vanilla fragrance. One of the best vanilla fragrances. In fact, it's my favorite fragrance from the house of BLNDRGRPHY. So I have the product timestamp tagged. If you are in the market for a bottle of Vanilla Mudslide, get yourself a bottle before it sells out. I want to quickly go over the rest of the fragrances of BLNDRGRPHY as well, and also let you guys know that BLNDRGRPHY will be presenting their fragrances at Scentfest SF. So I'm so excited that they're coming and they're going to bring their fragrances. Perhaps they will introduce a few new fragrances in the collection, and also the sister house of BLNDRGRPHY is called Hunk, H-U-N-Q. And those fragrances seem to be a slight bit more daring, but both brands will be here, presented by the founder of the two brands at Scentfest SF. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, we've got one more day of early bird pricing. So get yourself your tickets and come meet Hyun, the founder of BLNDRGRPHY, and the brand Hunk. But yes, Vanilla Mudslide is now selling. I do have the products tagged within YouTube Shopping. Let me talk about the other fragrances in the BLNDRGRPHY collection as well. I think my second favorite is definitely Jasmin Martini. Jasmin Martini happens to, let's quickly smell it. It's a martini focused fragrance, and the brand is cocktail inspired. As I said, they do come with cocktail shakers if you do get the 100 ml bottles. I think Jasmin Martini does have a little bit of indolic, touches. So it comes off a little bit animalic. And I feel like since it's a bit cold today, I'm not seeing that pop up on the strip. But in warmer weather, it does come up. But it is really super sexy, I think. One of the best from the line. And for a Jasmine offering, I quite like Jasmin Martini as my second favorite from the house. It's got a DNA that I really like, and the entire collection has that DNA because they work with Flair perfumers, and it's one small firm, independent firm of perfumers, and you can kind of recognize and identify the DNA that they're using. So you can actually notice it in the Vanilla Mudslide as well. Vanilla Mudslide is covering it up a little bit, but it does have a musky quality too. And I think that's kind of why I really love the Vanilla Mudslide, not only because it's long lasting, it's vanilla, one of my favorite notes. It's got nutty notes, buttery notes, spicy notes, musky notes as well, and very long lasting. I think in the entire collection, the Vanilla Mudslide lasts quite a long time. So we've talked about Jasmin Martini. Again, the entire collection is selling, and I have them all tagged. The Vanilla Mudslide does keep running out. So again, if you're in the market for one, get it. We featured Vanilla Mudslide in a Scent Club kit. It's been now over a year that we had it, and that kit completely sold out. Let's talk about Patchouli Mojito next. This is my third favorite, and it does feature my favorite note, and it turned out to be my third favorite in the line. So Patchouli Mojito is a kind of a minty aromatic take on the patchouli note. Obviously inspired by the mojito. I wouldn't say this smells like a mojito. It kind of has those touches, but but it also has a pretty prominent presence with the patchouli. For me, both Jasmin Martini and Patchouli Mojito are wearing better in the summer when it's warmer. And I think both of the fragrances shine quite a bit when you wear those in the summertime. At least for me, they work better. But with Vanilla Mudslide, I wear it all year round, especially in the winter. It's super fantastic. But for me, the way the two fragrances, Patchouli Mojito and Jasmin Martini, are made, they wear better in the summertime because I think it needs a little heat for all the nooks and crannies of the notes and ingredients in the fragrances to totally shine. If you like the idea of a minty fragrance, a little boozy with a patchouli, definitely check out Patchouli Mojito. I think it's pretty darn solid. That's my third favorite. My fourth favorite is Amber Negroni, but I could say it's a toss-up between Patchouli Mojito and Amber Negroni. But for me, I enjoy Patchouli Mojito more than Amber Negroni. But what I like about the Amber Negroni is it does have chocolate. So it's almost like a citrusy orange focused fragrance because, the Campari that they make the Negroni with is made with oranges. It's quite bitter. So you kind of have that here, and you have like this really gorgeous dusting of chocolate on top of the whole Negroni idea here. For me, it might seem like I would prefer the Amber Negroni more than the Patchouli Mojito, but I think it's close, but I still think the Patchouli Mojito is better. But I feel like the second most popular fragrance in the line from the consensus I see online and places is Amber Negroni. So you might like Amber Negroni more than the Patchouli Mojito. But let's talk about the last fragrance. It's Santal Painkiller. So yeah, these are all cocktails turned into fragrances, and this is my least favorite, sadly. I don't know why this one I haven't connected with. It does have a pineapple-y touch, and I think the sandalwood in here is a bit medicinal, so I feel like that kind of bothers me a little bit. But I think this one is pretty popular as well. What do you guys think? Have you tried Santal Painkiller? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know, add a comment below. And let me quickly show you the presentation of the 100 ml bottles. So the 100 ml bottles from BLNDRGRPHY do come in a box like this. It's a wooden box, and it's a pretty big presentation. But actually, for such a big presentation, the pricing is much less than what other brands charge for their fragrances for much smaller presentation. So you remove that sleeve, and inside that sleeve, there is the cocktail shaker. So the cocktail shaker holds the product inside, and it is in a kind of a sleeve so that it's not moving around and damaging your fragrance inside the cocktail shaker when you're buying it. And then you take off that sleeve, and that's how the presentation is for the BLNDRGRPHY fragrances. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best fragrances on the market right now, especially if you're a vanilla fragrance lover. I highly recommend you take advantage of getting that right away. It's not selling out as fast as before because I think when the fragrance was running out before, less people had it, but it is available now. Get yourself a bottle of Vanilla Mudslide. And also don't forget Scentfest SF, because the brand will be here presenting the fragrances at Scentfest SF. And you can come and meet the founder and talk to him, maybe discover some new fragrances that the brand is launching. Also discover their other fragrance house, Hunk, which seems to be a bit more daring. I've talked about the brand. I think the ones I've spoken about quite a bit from Hunk seem to be Mechanic, Boxer. I do enjoy the Bartender and perhaps the Gardener as well. But I do have a full video on Hunk on the channel if you are interested in checking that out. But I also have several videos on the entire line of BLNDRGRPHY, including a video I shot with the founder of BLNDRGRPHY Fragrances at Excellence last year, and you can learn about the fragrances from him as well. So that's all I have for you guys today. Get yourself a bottle of Vanilla Mudslide or any of the other BLNDRGRPHY fragrances. Book your attendance to Scentfest SF and plan your trip to come here. It's going to be a great show. We've announced so many awesome brands that are participating and various experiences as well. So it's going to be a one-of-a-kind show here on the West Coast, which we're going to want to do, I should say West Coast, but San Francisco, which we're going to want to do a yearly event. So this will be the very first one, the inaugural edition, and I hope to see you guys here as well. So thanks so much for watching today's video on letting you guys know about the availability of Vanilla Mudslide. Let me know your thoughts if you have a bottle of Vanilla Mudslide yet. Which size do you have, the 50 ml or the 100 ml? So again, the 100 ml does come with this big case, and it has the cocktail shaker in it. I don't know how the 50 ml comes, but it's a very small presentation. So some of you want smaller bottles, some of you want the larger bottles. But as I was saying, I think this big presentation, it doesn't cost as much as a lot of other, similar fragrances do. So it's a great value, I think. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. As I said, please like this video, please share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, click that bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. I've got some big announcements also, I should say, that I'll be announcing soon. I've been teasing a brand new fragrance collaboration that I'm doing, and so if you haven't heard about it, it has nothing to do with this brand or any other brands that I'm talking about here in today's video. But I have been teasing a brand new fragrance collaboration that will be announcing at Scentfest SF, or premiering. So I'll talk about it, but if you search the channel, I've already discussed it in a few videos. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye-bye.